What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another tune from the great band era 10 record, I think actually 11 record compilation sent by Kim. One of three massive 10 record compilations she has provided, and I mentioned there was another one that arrived recently, so more on that in the coming weeks and months. And yes, we're going through side 2 of the first record in the great band era compilation, which is tunes from 1936 to 1945. And yes, this is one featuring a name I'm vaguely familiar with, though I couldn't really tell you why. In any case, the track is Goodbye, and it's performed by Benny Goodman and his orchestra. Benny Goodman is a name I've heard. I don't know where I've heard it, I don't know in what context, but I've definitely heard that name before, so yes, maybe it's, someone like Cole Porter, where even if you're not familiar with the lion's share of his catalog, he's just one of those names that was so significant that even, decades or generations later, he's still a name that is bandied about from time to time. Nevertheless, I am keen to hear this. Let's give it a listen. This is Goodbye by Benny Goodman and his orchestra. Hello, Luca. She is very interested in this record. Side 2, and it is the third track. I love the crash cymbal at the end. So yeah, it's a very mellow and I'm trying to think of the right word to describe the mood or the atmosphere, because it's not like heavily emotional. It's certainly not sad, but it's not exactly warm and happy either. It's just kind of in this, I don't know, emotionally ambiguous place. Like it really feels like there's a a resignation to what will happen. It feels like there's a sense of being present in the moment, but not letting whatever is on the horizon be too notable. So it's more about the goodbye itself than about what it means, is the way it like came across to me. Definitely the kind of tune that would be nice to listen to at a, ball dance, back in the 30s or something, but not one that strikes me again as a real like energetic dancing tune or a slow dance with a really strong like warm-hearted feeling. It's a bit of a like, I'm going to sit back and take this in, appreciate it for what it is, because it won't be here tomorrow, and so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to take it for what it is. So yeah, that's the vibe it gave me, and ultimately it's, again, a more mellow type of tune. It's like a jazz piece certainly, but not a like a big band, get the dancing shoes on and get on the dance floor type of tune. And also, again, not a like heavy, my heart hurts type of tune. It's like somewhere in between there on the spectrum. I did enjoy the arrangement, especially that little like piano riff up, piano riff down. Very light, very soft. It almost felt like little melodic raindrops, just a little bit of drizzle, a little bit of drizzle back the other way. Definitely some nice brass along the way, including that one point like about halfway through where the brass really kind of grabbed my attention, and it felt like, oh, maybe the track's going to do something different, but it was just sort of like a, all right, let's reset and go back into the same vibe we've been in. And yeah, I think there's some woodwinds in there too. I mean, the brass kind of stood out more than anything, but I think there were some woodwinds. There was even a moment, and I think it was around that like flourish reset where I thought I heard a harp. I'm not so certain about that. But yes, again, nice brass. I think there's some woodwinds, and just this overall peaceful feeling, though again, not heavily like positive or negative, just kind of somewhere in the middle of that. So yeah, like a really interesting one, precisely because I'm having a hard time pinning down the feeling it gave me, the mood it created, but definitely a cool tune. I do wonder if this is a track that, was in a film from the 1930s or 40s. It feels like it could be that type of tune, and definitely, as I said, I've heard the name Benny Goodman, though I don't remember where. So let me know what you think of this one, and Luca and I, yes, the tranquil Luca and I, will say goodbye and see you next time. Peace.